Hey Stampers, it's Gaynor again with another mucky desk. Now fresh. Right, I had a lovely private message sent to me by the gorgeous Fiona and asking me if I would like to try the card she sent me. I've already made one back in, I think it was September 2017, or it may be earlier than that. This lady she sent me the video of, she called her card a pop-up panel card. My one I call the Twist and Pop. You've probably seen them a lot. So I did go away and make it, but I'd done my version, Fiona, because that lady's drawing was too long-winded, too many lines, too much cutting, and I've got a much simpler solution. So this is the card I made. I've used some Winker Stella across the top there on that beautiful border, which comes from the delicate lace borders, absolutely gorgeous. So I've used those. Can't put sponge in the rest of them yet, but I've used that. I've used our Gala Gingham, as you can see. Beautiful butterflies, and I've even used one of the little flowers, a different one than this one, and punched out those little flowers by hand from the Itty Bitty punches, which are absolutely adorable. And then it twists and pops open like this. I've put a 2 and 5/8 by 2 and 5/8 panel up there. You could have swapped the ends. It's entirely up to you to write your message to whoever you're giving it to. I've just lightly decorated with some flowers, and the good things in life are better with you. Some more butterflies, which can be stood up by the recipient once they receive it. It's entirely up to you or them, or you know, but they are made to be 3D. What a lovely card. And then I put another one of those borders down here with some more Winker Stella. So yeah, it's called a Twist and Pop. It does get a bit catchy, but it will close back up, and you can buff up your butterflies, but it will stay stood up as well if you want it displayed like that. I don't know how you would display it on a unit like that, but it's just beautiful and so simple to make. So easy. It's all the decorating that takes the longest, trust me. So I'm going to show you how I made mine. I've got my square because I've got loads of shapes cut out from pieces of paper that I've got that aren't big enough to keep as scraps. That is 2 and 5/8 by 2 and 5/8. I have cut out my 2 borders ready to go on. These are 4 and 1/8 by 3/4, but you have to make sure that you don't nip off the tips. So I've got 2 of those. This is for the sentiment on the front, and this is 1 1/4 by 3 1/2. You'll need 3 pieces of card then. This one is just half of an A4 sliced down the centre, 4 1/8 by 11 3/4. If you're using the American style, you would have 11 1/2. Is it? 11, sorry. So you'd fold yours to 5 1/2. So you would cut your designer series paper according to your size of your panel. So just use half an A4. It's only to house that mechanism for when you open. So that's that, and that's all you need to do with that piece. You need another piece then, which is 10 by 3 1/2, and we're going to score this in 3 places. And then this is 8 by 3 1/2. We're going to score this down the centre, fold it, and we're going to do some markings, a bit more folding, and away to go. And it's that simple. So we've done our first piece. I'm going to grab my scoreboard and move the blade, and I'm going to put this in at 2 1/2 and score 5, and then if you want to pull the arm out you can and do it at 7 1/2. I'm just going to flip it round and doing it 2 1/2 again, which gives me 2 1/2, 5 and 7 1/2. This is 3 1/2, so we're going to put it in at 1 3/4, and we're just going to score. I'm going to do it a couple of times because I want that to bend and burnish nicely. just going to burnish your score lines. And with this one, fold it in half, making sure they all line up. And then fold these back on themselves. I don't need the trim anymore, so pop that away. And then turn it over and repeat the process. I mean, the lady, I can't remember the lady's name that Fiona sent me and you want to then turn this because that's the way you want it. So it's Valley, Mountain Valley. She'd got a massive sheet of paper and she was drawing lines, and so she had the mechanism coming up here as well, and it was just too much of a long-winded video for me, and this is how I did my first original card. So that's your inner piece, which is going to reveal those 4 panels. So now we're going to work on your other pieces. So you need a ruler and a pencil. You're just going to pop this in, and you're going to make a little nick at 2 1/4 and at 5 3/4. And if I'm not mistaken, that will be 2 1/4, yes, on that end. So flip it round, 2 1/4, and if you want to just flip it round again, and 2 1/4 at that end. So you've got 2 1/4, 5 3/4, 2 1/4, and 5 3/4. You're going to take your scorer again. What you're going to do, you're going to line this dot with this one, keeping them in your track, and you're going to score. And then just switch it round so you've got that dot in the track and the other one in there, and you're just going to score. Perfect. You're just finding the same centre basically. Oops. So now you need to fold those over. If that point there touches that point there, then you're on to a winner. And then you're just going to fold this point so that dot comes to there and lines up with that one. And then you can score that one as well. And that's simple. So when you then, oh right, it's a bit of a weird one, this one. That's it, you just push those together. Let me just work this out, and that's it. Lift the 2 together until they come to the end. You're making like a little house with a gable end. Try and get it. Mine did crack on my other one as well, but you just have to be really careful. So, and it will feel a little bulky at first, but just keep manipulating those score lines to keep that shape. Nobody's going to see this piece, nobody at all, so, but this is going to be your mechanism. So I don't know how it works, but it's going to get glued onto here like so. You don't want to get too close to the score line, but you want to make sure it's in the middle and you got the same gap either side. But firstly, I'm going to tell you, obviously I've swapped the colour up. We're going to be using this beautiful gingham gala, and you will need 3 pieces. Depending on which way round you want it, it's entirely up to you. Which one did I have? I had the little on the inside and the large on the out. So on this one, I'm going to have the large on the inside and the little on the outside. So that's going to go on my front. And these measure for the UK 5 5/8 by 3 7/8. If you're an American and your card is 5.5 by 4 1/4, you will need them 4 and 1/8 by 5 3/8 if you want a small border, but if not, just take it down by 1/4 inch, and you're going to need 3 of those. And then for my little panels, I'm going to have one way, one another, and one the other way. And these measure 2 1/8 by 3 1/4. What they were, I basically chopped this off, and because I wanted an extra 1/8 of an inch, I thought I'm not going to waste any more paper, so I took it down and made it smaller, just by a fraction of an 1/8. And then I cut the same piece in Whisper White so I can put my message there, or that side. It's entirely up to you. But there are your 4 panels, and they all measure 2 1/8 by 3 1/4. That's it. Yay! And that's all the pieces you're going to need. So let's get so it's just the decoration that's going to take the longest. This will come together so quickly, it's unreal. So just glue all your panels in now, because it's too late once you've got your mechanism in. And it saves you, once your mechanism's in, trying to cut these out, you know, and trying to get your panels to... I'll show you what I mean in a second. I loved this card. I had so much fun making the first one. Oops, I don't want to get on there properly and neat. That's better. So if I had my mechanism in there now, how would I add in my designer series paper? So this is why I'm adding it first. I've seen other people make these and they've added them afterwards, and they're trying to get the V to go up the centre, and just a pain in the bum. So it's so much easier to decorate first. Again, nice little border all the way around. Top and bottom. You don't have to have the top piece, it's entirely up to you. Or if you wanted to add a, you could put Whisper White down the bottom instead of designer series paper, and that way you wouldn't have to put a panel in the top. But I just think it's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous and so easy. So now you're just going to attach glue to here. And only to the triangle, and plenty of it. And what I found was easiest to do as well, fold your card up. That way, I made a bit of a boo-boo on this one, and it started to poke through. So I recommend you lift your card, you find the centre, giving you the same amount of border either side, so that's why I'm using wet glue. Looks pretty cool, and I'm just barely, I'm not even touching, I've got about a 1/16 of a centimetre away from there, and then just press it down, let it glue into its spot. You could measure this, and I'm just more or less on target there for my 1 and 2 1/8. So you want to just try and keep it as central as possible. Now that's glued down. You can add plenty of glue now to this triangle. And then just close your card on it. Give that a good rub so your glue adheres down. And that's where that mechanism comes in now. Beautiful. So it will lay flat, but I haven't gone right to the very corner, so it doesn't matter. So that's how your mechanism is going to work now. It's so simple. If you get any little bubbles, just run your bone folder over and it'll smooth them back out. Perfect. So let's add our panels on here. I'm not going to add this one yet because we're going to do some stamping. I think I'm going to keep them all small on the inside, because the inside's got the large. I'm going to turn them over and have the small on the inside. So for the sake of that 1/8 of an inch, cutting more paper, I don't mind having a slightly bigger border than I have got top and bottom. But that's entirely up to you. If you want to cut more paper and do it to 2 1/4, then you're more than welcome to do so. I don't want to waste paper, so keep them in the middle. Follow the line across. Yes, I'm going to have them small on the inside of this one. You could also use tear and tape on your mechanism if you think it's going to, or red liner tape if you've got any still. But this glue is amazing, so I'm using the glue. We're going to do some stamping in a minute. So what we're going to do now, we're going to open the card up. You're going to be putting these right along that edge there. Whoops. So you need to fold back. You want it right on the edge because it's the same size basically on those. But you need that bump in the centre. So what you're going to do is, now you've got it into place, just fold back that piece, add glue just to this top half here. Do not do it to the whole panel, just to that line, just halfway, and you're going to glue that into place. Making sure it doesn't slip and it's nice and level, and you can use your bone folder. And then this, oh that's right, is it still stuck? Let it stick for a sec. And then this side you're going to put on there, and you're going to glue the bottom half of this. So I really need that to be a little bit flatter. Go right up into the corner. I come down just a slight, but get it right in the corner, but keep your card at a 45-degree angle. But you want the point touching, that way it will stay into place. So flatten that down, lift that back. It's just a matter of, I'm going to glue this section only halfway, not all the way across. So at this point you're just gluing half of that panel, and that one's at the top, this one's got to be at the bottom. So making sure they stay together, squeeze that on. Perfect. Now it doesn't want to pop. That's better, because I flattened them out. That's better. So, because you need them to fold back, so when it comes in, oh come on now, don't pay me up now. That's it, that one. Wanted to poke the other way. It does get a little bit stiff. Oh my gosh, come on. Oh, it doesn't want to fold. Let me just do it manually. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see this one how it's flattened out? I've glued the top corner there and the bottom corner there. It just takes a bit of coaxing. So once you've got that crease there properly folded, that's what you want to do. So this one just wants to bend back the other way at the minute. So it's being a little bit stiff for me. It does work, trust me. I may have to take my mechanism out and push it right up into that corner. Yeah, I think I might have to. Come on now. No, it's not having none of it. Wait there, let me see if I can fold it manually. Come on now. Fold flat, please. Oh gosh, yeah, no, it's not going to work for me because I haven't pushed it right into the corner. Can you see the gap down there? So I'm going to have to peel this off slowly. And I hope I don't ruin too much of my card. Just put my bone folder under there. It has taken off the designer series paper, but we'll hide that anyway again in a second. There we go. I need this to lay flat, see? Why is that being a... I'll take the top off as well. So I'm making the mistakes that so you don't have to. Why does it go disastrous on camera and then do it perfect in real life? So that and that need to bend that way. Now I'm going to have to take these off because I'm not going to get that bend otherwise. Don't worry, it's salvageable, all of it is. So this mechanism, just remove that. I know it looks an eyesore, but trust me, it won't be. That's got to go into the corner. It's got to go up a little bit higher. It's got to. And then it'll give me that spring. Right, let's go try again. Better I make these mistakes and not you. Because you'd be like, oh my gosh, Gaynor, you've done it wrong. Or you've told us wrong. And then it wouldn't work for you. So I'm not having that. Definitely not. So, again, find the centre of your card. Don't push the tip too far in. Hold it up and push it against. Because when you get this open, it should lay flat. So when I glue that now, it should be able to lie flat. We can add something on there to hide those. Don't worry. Or if you do it, if you do it properly, like I say, not like I've just done, then you won't need to cover yours up. But I'd sooner make these mistakes so you don't have to. Right, let's fold that over now. Just check the width on that. Yes, it is 3.5. I was thinking so that has to be able to lay flat now. Basically, better, a lot better. So, we are going to, let me just check. Yeah. Ah, look, I was gluing it to the ends. It's this that's got to be my mistake. You've got to put this in the centre. That's where I was going wrong, girls. I glued this piece on wrong. So grab your ruler. I'm going to have to turn it that way because it's an Irish ruler. To put the centre at the 2 1/8, and then you're going to glue that bit and it's going to stick to there. So So all this bit, I knew I was doing it right, but obviously you've got to lay your card flat. Making sure it's level and no overhang. Oh, silly me. But at least I did it and you haven't. So that is definitely 2 1/8. And definitely 2 1/8 there as well. And again, the same with this one. It didn't need to be adhered to there. It needed to be adhered to there. So that's where we were going wrong, or where I was going wrong. You'd think I'd remember. Mind you, it was last night I made my sample. I've slept since then. I'm a silly sausage. But I can cover that up. So that is bang on the centre, and our card is flush now. I knew I was doing something wrong. There we go. Give that chance to adhere down. And that one as well. And then when we pop these back up, my card is wanting to fold now into that. There we go, look, it's going. And it does. Takes a little bit of coaxing just to get it flat. Because it's all new, and because it's quite bulky, it does catch, but it will close as well. Just give it a little squeeze in the centre. Oh, we got there in the end, didn't we? And I can see the tiniest little bits where the paper tore, a little tiny bit. And across here, I don't think that's that much noticeable. When somebody opens that card out and looks at that, I don't think there'll be, it's just that centrepiece for me. Once you pull that together, it flattens out itself. Oh, we got there in the end, lasses. Right, let's get some stamping done. Please don't do as I say. Don't do as what I've just done. Right, I'm going to put my decorations up the top this time, and I'm going to have this little panel down here for me to write my message on. So again, I'm going to leave it blank, so you've got space to write a lovely message. And even if you wanted to, you could put a panel on the back and do that, and put a nice little photograph of whoever you love inside. That would be cute. 1, 2, 2.5. That looks central to me. Isn't that pretty? Now we've got this piece and this piece. We're going to do some stamping. I'm going to close that and leave it flat. Just while we're doing some stamping now. Oh, I'm sweating pipes. It's warm in here today. The heating's on full blast. Lovely. I've got extras for my butterflies, and I've already done my flowers, but I need a couple more, so I'm going to show you how I did those. And get my little, this is the little itty bitty punch, comes in a pack of 4. So we will do those. Here's that wonderful message. It says, thank you so very much. And then I'm just going to stamp that. I'm going to have it to one side. Because I'm also going to stamp one of those beautiful little butterflies on the end. Isn't that beautiful? Love it. We live and learn. So there we go, there's that message. This is for the panel on the inside. And this says, the good things in life are better with you. So I'm just going to centralise that. Perfect. else? Oh, right, while we're here, I'm going to get that little flower. And I'm going to leave it on the end of here for now. And I don't know whether that's going to be big enough. Let me have a look. Yes, perfect. So I'm utilising all my... So I made that little flower like that. And then I punched it out. I know it's smaller, but I'm using that as... Oops, where's that gone? Under my desk. There it is. How perfect. I'm leaving that arm on because I'm going to be punching another large butterfly out of that later. So that's it with the... And that little flower has come from this set, Bloom by Bloom, and it's that beautiful little flower there. And on the other one I used that one for the other card. So now I'm reaching for my black. And I'm just going to put ink onto this little butterfly. And then I'm going to remove any ink that went on there. In fact, I'm going to lay that on there. And there it goes, that beautiful butterfly. Isn't that cute? And it's got its little body on this side. And its little antenna on that side. Just beautiful. How's that? Isn't it cute? So I've got my two butterflies. You could easily take these apart because you could always put them back together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line that up because I want a big butterfly down the bottom. Oh, I not quite got that little one all in. The tips were there. Don't worry, I could use my pen for that, my journal pen. And then I want one there. And I'm going to spin this round because I want quite a few of the large. At least this way. When I punch that way and that way. Beautiful. And then I'm just going to... How many large do I want? Let me have a look. 1, 2 on that one. We've got 3 large and 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one is the 5th one. Perfect. So same as this one, you've just got to pinch that bottom and it closes lovely. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, unless I can get some more little ones out of here. Yes, I'll get another one there. Perfect. So that's what I used on there. We're going to use the black ink again later once we've attached the butterflies. I'll leave that there for now. Pens, I'm going to use Highland Heather, light and dark. Is that the dark? Yeah. So on the dark, I'm just going to fill in this bit. And those bits, and then the rest is just going to be the light. And we can colour this in while we're here. Excuse me. Perfect. And then we'll go over with the light. I'm in deep thought now, ladies. I do apologise for the mess up on my card base, but at least I made the mistake and you didn't, which is the main thing. I knew it had to lay flat. I just was wondering why it wouldn't, and it's my fault. You can't glue something down if it's got a big pointy thing in the centre. We got there in the end. We got there in the end. So, like I say, it's the decoration. Making the card itself, it doesn't take long at all. I mean, oh, wow, yeah, like I say, and just decorate takes the longest. I'm in deep thought, ladies. Ooh, I love it. And I'm getting some good response off Pinterest with the butterfly. Every time I use this set and post one of my pictures on Pinterest using this set, I've got one felt one there that's had like 70,000 impressions, or people that have looked at it or saved it, and wow, especially the one with all the butterflies joined together. The one I did in the green, the first time I used it as a complete set. Yeah, it's like something like 70,000 impressions, like 12,000 shares or saves or pick. I don't know. I don't understand it that way. I just put them on there. You could have all the butterflies and all the patterns because they come in some wonderful patterns. But I just wanted to stick to this one. And add those two-tone colours. I mean, you could even cut them out your botanical paper, but you can spend hours colouring these in if you wanted to. So this is why I stuck to two colours, because I want to have I want you to see my card from start to finish. And I love colouring, you know I do, but oh, excuse me, I've got a sniffle coming. I guarantee, once I start colouring or I'm doing something with my hands, my nose wants to run. Especially when I'm washing the dishes, if I'm washing the dishes. Mr. Boyce normally does all the dishes, but you know, if I rinse a cup or something, as soon as I get my hands wet, my nose wants to start running. I know, gross. Nearly done now, just on the last bit. There we go, there's the beautiful butterflies coloured in. Love it. Now we can just punch away. So there's that one. These are just slide in and cut out. Perfect. This one will as well. There we go. And then we can just cut these small ones. Whoops, you get little bits flying everywhere, but it's worth it. There we go, and one more. Perfect. You've utilised that piece of paper well. So there's our bits now. So we've got our lovely labels. We've got our beautiful butterflies. We will add the bodies and antenna later. I want another glue dot to add my flower. So I put the glue dot on. Where's my pokey tool? There it is. I grabbed a beautiful rhinestone to put on there, and we've got those other ones as well there. So we'll need some more. So come back to my card, which is now working properly. Perfect. And we're going to get some more glue done. So again, I'm going to pop this on the inside. You could always add a little butterfly to this card as well, but it's entirely up to you. Like I'm saying, I'm just genuinely showing you how I decorated this. I'm going to put this at the top, so I just put a line of glue down here and then a little dot on each end. On there. And then that piece is going right on the edge here, and it's the same width as my card, and then push those little bits down, and we're going to do the same on the outside, making sure you got the pattern the right way round. Perfect. And that too is going on there. Just adding little bits and just making it beautiful. So I'm going to pop this on dimensionals. Once I've placed my sentiment, I can then start layering up them beautiful butterflies and my little flowers. So again, I'm just keeping this, I'm going to put it on this side. And I'm going to follow that line. Perfect. That is so cute. So with the butterflies, I just bent them either side. Just glue in the centre. And then just pin that on with my pokey tool. We'll add the stem, the body and the little antenna later, once we've added all the other ones. So I'm going to dot some of these lovely little flowers around as well. So I'm going to pop one there. I'm going to have one down here, and then my two little butterflies. They're going to go look like they're flying towards the flower. And one more on the front. We've got that one which is on the actual. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Doesn't take long for this to go off. That is beautiful, that is. So open your card out now, and I'm going to have a large one up here. And a flower. And then, let me just have a look, see where I place these on the inside. One, yeah, beautiful. Beautiful. Love this. So another one. Just checking I'm still there. I'm going to have my large one this side. I'm going to have one here. Oh, I've got two left. Yay! Another one I'm having this way. And last, this one. I think this was an extra one, so I'm going to put that right on the corner there. Oh, that is just gorgeous. And then I'm going to have one flower there, so those two look like they're going up to that flower. I'm going to have one down here and the other one right there. On goes our lid for my glue so it doesn't dry out. I'm going to grab my Wink of Stella because I'm famous for it. And I'm just going to add some shimmer and shine on here. I could have sprayed it with the shimmer spray if I wanted to first, but I like the Wink of Stella. You could add some on your flowers. Beautiful. Just going around those. Oh, love it. Have more now. Stop being awkward. Add some more Wink of Stella. Just keeping the brush flat. And then I'm going around those flowers. Perfect. Now for our little butterflies, we're going to add the bodies. And the little antenna. And a large one as well. Perfect. And he's having a rhinestone. Just there. And then back in the large one. Body. Antenna. I love the photopolymer, you can get it right bang on. It's great. Whoops, I missed that one. That's better. And then back to the small one for theirs. Perfect. Nearly done. One more. And there we go. Oh my word, it's just absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Why does it look dark in here? Like a blind. Right, let's pop this away before I stick my card in it. that's the length now. It's just gorgeous. How pretty is that? Just wonderful. And then it's just a matter of getting used to closing your mechanism. That is gorgeous. We've got some Winker Stairs, the card, up close as requested by the lovely Carla, and it's got the sparkle on. The little flowers have got the sparkle on. The butterflies are wonderful, and I'm loving the ones here. I know I love the 3D ones, but this one just adds, just so beautiful. So there's card one, the one we've just made, and this is the one I made at the other colour. And I'm just going to scatter around a couple more rhinestones. I'm going to have one either side of my sentiment, and then just one randomly floating around. There we have it. Long-winded, but we got there in the end. These itty bitty punches are fabulous. Oh, I love them. And just for using a tiny little flower, we've gone out and we've created some beautiful little flowers, paper flowers, beautiful. So I love it. I hope you give me a thumbs up and a share, because I have. And please don't make the mistake I had. Watch the video until you get it right. Don't just go like I did, willy-nilly, because I've slept since yesterday. But we got there in the end, and there's not much to be... I just think it's gorgeous. I'm going to add some more glue under the tips because they've not quite stuck, because I don't want that peeling off. But yeah, there we are. They stand up lovely. You know, absolutely gorgeous on the inside as well as on the out. So we've got a reversal here. We've got our card at the top and our butterflies down the bottom. And then on this one we've got them at the top and our sentiment at the bottom. I love the two of them. I think they're stunning. And look, I added the border down the bottom here with the butterfly, and it's up the top this time, still with the butterfly. I don't think I've gone over the top or anything. I think that one, well, that one needs to, it's got a little, oh, it's right on the edge of that borderline. So, but yeah, absolutely gorgeous. So they do fold lovely. Just give them a little bit of encouragement and they'll get there in the end. Oh, I'm done. I hope you enjoyed. I'd love a thumbs up and a share, like I'm saying. Please don't forget to press the subscribe button as well, and the little bell, and you'll be notified of all future videos. I do my best to post it every single day. I like to do a series every now and then, you know, like I've just had a week of mail cards. I sometimes have a week of 3D projects. You know, it depends on the mood and the way it takes. We'll have a week of just normal cards, and we'll have a week of fun fold cards. We just like to spice things up. So if you don't want to miss out, please press the subscribe and the little bell, and you'll be notified of all future videos. I know I'm a bit long-winded as well sometimes, but people love it when I explain myself properly. I make the mistakes so you don't have to, like I'm saying. So, thank you for watching. I love each and every one of you. All brilliant. Don't forget the premieres as well in the night. Come and have a join in. We're getting loads more now, and it's absolutely fabulous. I'm loving it. And so is everybody else, I think. We're growing. Our family is growing. And that's what you are to me, family. So, I'm going to love and leave you. Till next time. Bye.